Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. The Lakers want to win the championship now and in the future. And signing a high-level player will be essential. Derek White is a champion, experienced, and would undoubtedly elevate the Lakers to the favorites, because a starting lineup with Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Derek White, Austin Reeves, and DeAndre Ayton is a super team. The Lakers are interested in contacting Derek White, but without trading Austin Reeves. The Los Angeles Lakers are in an interesting spot in early August. The organization has undoubtedly improved since losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the postseason, adding DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, and Jake LaRavia. However, while things look promising for the Luka Doncic-led Lakers, there's no denying the franchise has the assets necessary to make another impactful summer move. In Sports Illustrated's Matt Brandon's opinion, Los Angeles should complete a trade for a thriving NBA champion Celtics guard. If the Lakers can acquire Derek White without giving up Austin Reeves, that's a massive win, Brandon wrote Monday. For LA, this deal is about maximizing their win-now window with LeBron and Luka Doncic. White's elite perimeter defense and off-ball shooting make him the ideal backcourt complement to Doncic, who thrives with secondary playmakers who don't need the ball to impact the game. Plus, White could help mask Luka's defensive shortcomings and give the Lakers a true two-way identity. Yes, the Lakers would lack some wing depth, but adding White to a backcourt that already features a defensive specialist like Marcus Smart could cause serious headaches for opposing point guards. In Brandon's blockbuster trade proposal, the Lakers would send Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, Maxi Kleber, and 2 future first-round picks to the Celtics for White, Jordan Walsh, and Neemias Queta. As Brandon alluded to, White and Smart have similar skill sets. Although White is the more polished and reliable offensive threat in 2025, both contributors are committed on-ball defenders who have too much pride to get torched regularly, which would help their partnership work in Los Angeles. White averaged 16.4 points, 4.8 assists, 4.5 rebounds, and 0.9 steals per game with the Celtics last season, shooting 44.2% from the field and 38.4% from downtown. Lakers prioritizing Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves over LeBron James, report. The Los Angeles Lakers are putting young star guards Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves ahead of 21-time All-NBA power forward LeBron James, per a new report. Doncic, 26, and Reeves, 27, have far more NBA life in front of them than the 40-year-old James, who has been the league's oldest active player for the past 2 seasons. Hierarchically, James ranks above Reeves in terms of his on-court ability. But his age and mileage and cost appear to be giving Los Angeles's front office pause when it comes to even short-term team building. According to Yossi Goslin of the Third Apron, LA is looking to build around both young players going forward, and the team could take or leave James once he reaches unrestricted free agency next summer. The Lakers are more or less married to their current roster for the next 2 years, with the biggest factor being LeBron James. They could bring him back on a 1-year maximum level contract in 2026 to 27 as they weighed out their cap space plans. But Doncic and Reeves are the 2 priorities in their quest for a star. 2 stars Los Angeles could be targeting, Goslin suggests, are a pair of former MVPs. 3-time MVP Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokic and 2-time MVP Milwaukee Bucks power forward Giannis Antetokounmpo could both decline their player options for 2027 to 28 and enter unrestricted free agency that summer, when the Lakers could potentially have maximum cap room, depending on what they do in 2026. The fascinating aspect of the 2026 cap space possibility is that the Lakers could use Reeves's small $26.5 million cap hold as a placeholder to maximize their space, then go over the cap to re-sign him, Goslin explains. That won't be the case for 2027 since he'll already be re-signed. That makes projecting 2027 cap space tricky since it requires an estimate for his salary. Lakers' timeline to build around Luka Doncic becomes crystal clear after extension. It's clear what the organization must do, and when. When Luka Doncic signed his max extension with the Los Angeles Lakers over the weekend, it quietly signaled the beginning of a new era for one of the league's most historic franchises. The Lakers know exactly what the next 2 years need to look like. The goal now is to construct a championship-caliber roster around their new franchise star, and they have a surprisingly clean runway to do it. Much of that has to do with the cap flexibility they are preserving for next summer. After LeBron James inevitably moves on, the Lakers will suddenly find themselves with an open canvas. They will also be in position to capitalize on one of the league's most underused cap tools, Austin Reeves' low cap hold. That figure will allow the Lakers to approach team building the same way the Philadelphia 76ers did with Tyrese Maxey, delaying Reeves' new deal until the end of free agency in order to preserve space to chase a second star. The Lakers will likely try to bring in another co-star in 2026. It is not hard to imagine why this strategy is being mapped out so carefully. Luka Doncic is already a generational player with 5 first-team All-NBA selections before turning 27. He is ready to win a championship here and now, and the Lakers have no intention of squandering that timeline. LA does not want to sit on their hands and wait for the right role players to fall into their laps. They want to have the money and the timing lined up to take a swing at a co-star. The hope in Los Angeles is that Luka will help lure another high-level name to join him next summer. Between the prestige of the Lakers brand and the visibility that comes with being in that market, the team knows that opportunity will present itself. With the right maneuvering and the right combination of veteran contracts coming off the books, it will not be long before the Lakers can start building a true title threat around their new cornerstone. The vision is not complicated. Surround Doncic with spacing, defense, and one more elite scoring option. Use Reeves as a foundational piece in the backcourt and allow him to continue growing, and make sure the next 2 summers are used wisely, with 2026 being the clear target date for when this team should be back in contention. The Lakers have their new cornerstone, and now they just need to finish the job. There is only one way to grade Lakers offseason after Luka Doncic extension. Lakers nailed it. Plain and simple. You do not need a long debate or a spreadsheet of advanced metrics to figure out how the Los Angeles Lakers did this offseason. It starts and ends with one thing, which is the fact that Luka Doncic is staying in Los Angeles. And that alone is enough to define the entire summer. Jovan Buha said it best in the Buha block, this concludes a successful offseason for the Lakers. Dare I say an A+ offseason for the Lakers? Buha continued. And the reason I say that is because regardless of how you feel about the moves that the Lakers made, the biggest move that they were going to potentially make this summer was extending Luka Doncic. Extending Luka Doncic made the Lakers offseason an undeniable A+. Luka Doncic agreed to a 3-year, $165 million max extension that keeps him in purple and gold through 2028. That is not some sort of regular contract. It is a clear sign that he believes in the organization, the direction they are heading, and his role at the center of it all. Even if the Lakers had done nothing else, the extension would have been enough. Buha stated, they could have done nothing and just extended Luka, and that to me would be a successful offseason because of how it's setting them up for the future. The thing is they did not stop there. This offseason was defined not just by re-signing a superstar but by building with him. Doncic was not just informed of the Lakers' plans, he helped shape them. Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton were not random pickups. Doncic had a hand in those decisions, and the front office listened. Buha noted, the fact that the moves that they made were enough to extend Luka, and the fact that he had a hand in acquiring and convincing 2 of those guys to come to LA, is a successful offseason. Smart brings defense. Ayton brings size. They even brought in Jake LaRavia, who brings shooting. All 3 of those players, most importantly, provide depth to this squad, something this roster definitely needed more of. The Lakers are threading a difficult needle at the moment. They are competing now while keeping future flexibility intact. This summer, they managed to do both, and with Doncic leading the way, they have really given themselves a foundation that could hold up for years. So all in all, there is really only one grade that fits all of that, and that is without a doubt an A+. LeBron's camp sends quiet reminder to Lakers. Despite the Los Angeles Lakers scoring coup after coup this offseason, LeBron James is still waiting for a shoe to drop. According to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, James has not wavered from his desire to see the Lakers make win-now moves. "I'm told that the statement that Rich Paul gave to Shams Charania back in June when LeBron opted in still stands," ESPN's Dave McMenamin said on NBA Today on August 4, that LeBron and his representatives will be monitoring the Lakers' moves that they make because they recognize that there's only a very limited amount of time left in his career and he wants to be competing for championships. Whatever time that is. Play. When James exercised his $52.6 million player option without a contract extension offer, Paul issued a strong statement to ESPN, fueling the rumor mill surrounding James' future with the Lakers. "LeBron wants to compete for a championship," Paul told Charania in June. "He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeannie, Bus, and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. The Lakers still have a first-round pick, 2031 or 2032, and over $50 million in expiring salaries to use in a potential trade." LeBron reaches out to Luka. James' camp took notice of the Lakers' pivot from him to their new franchise star, the 26-year-old Luka Doncic, who signed a 3-year, $165 million extension on August 2. "We understand the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future," Paul continued in his statement. "We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career. He wants to make every season he has left count, and the Lakers understand that, are supportive and want what's best for him." Apart from getting Doncic's long-term commitment, the Lakers have made 2 win-now moves by addressing their frontcourt woes with the addition of DeAndre Ayton and bolstering their perimeter defense with Marcus Smart, a former NBA Defensive Player of the Year. The Lakers also added 23-year-old wing Jake LaRavia for their first offseason signing after Dorian Finney-Smith bolted for the Houston Rockets. James was noticeably absent during Doncic's press conference to make his long-term commitment to the franchise official. But according to NBA insider Mark Stein, LeBron FaceTimed Doncic on Saturday morning to congratulate him on the new deal. Perhaps James avoided upstaging his co-star on the biggest day of his Lakers career to date. Lakers received positive feedback from James' camp. Despite the negative publicity that James' agent, Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul's previous statement, has generated, James remains supportive of Doncic and the franchise, according to ESPN's Shams Charania. "The one thing I can say, though, is that he has been very supportive and very understanding of where this Lakers organization is headed, and that's what Luka Doncic is the face of the franchise," Charania said on ESPN's Get Up on August 4. "And I think the Lakers, as well, are equally as understanding that he wants to be in a situation where he feels comfortable, and at the end of the day, ending his career on his own terms." Lakers president Rob Pelinka essentially said the same during Doncic's press conference on August 2 when asked about James' sentiment about their roster building this offseason. "So all the interactions we've had with LeBron and his camp, Rich in particular, have been positive and supportive, so very professional, and Rich, Paul, has been great," Pelinka told reporters. "The dialogue with him has been open and constant. So that helps answer that question." Luka Doncic showed his loyalty by signing extension with Lakers. The Luka Doncic era has officially begun as the superstar signed a 3-year extension to stay with the Los Angeles Lakers, cementing himself as the next face of the franchise. While the Lakers did well to upgrade the roster via free agency, the most important thing they needed to do this offseason was secure a long-term commitment from Doncic. With Doncic now under contract for the foreseeable future, Los Angeles has the opportunity to build a team in his image that he can hopefully bring to another NBA Finals appearance and championship someday. From the outside, it was never a sure thing that Doncic would be willing to extend with the Lakers, but he apparently never thought otherwise, via Dan Woik of The Athletic. "I think it was always known that, when Luka was traded here, he's here now," Seeger said. "He wants to win where he is, and it's important that he wins and that we're working together with the team, so we're not waiting. His mindset has never been to hop around. His mindset is to win championships. His mindset is to build where he is and to work together." And as long as he's signed with a team, it's a marriage and you treat it like a marriage. And marriages have hard times and good times, but you're loyal and you're faithful to each other through it all. And that's just who Luka is. I don't think he ever thought, I'm not signing my extension. It's unsurprising that Doncic never gave a second thought to leaving, as he comes off as a loyal and dedicated player to the team he's part of. Doncic himself admitted he decided pretty quick to sign his extension, a testament to his character and personality. In this day and age, it's common for stars to want to leave untenable situations for brighter pastures, but Doncic is old school in that he looks to win no matter where he is. That kind of star is rare to see, so the Lakers are beyond fortunate to have someone like Doncic to lead the way. Rob Pelinka calls Luka Doncic extension monumental moment in Lakers history. President of Basketball Operations and General Manager Rob Pelinka had high praise for Luka Doncic during his press conference following his extension signing. Pelinka noted how important the superstar is as the new FAC. Luka Doncic's real feelings after Mavericks trade revealed with three-word message. Getting traded doesn't just have an impact on fans. For somebody like Luka Doncic, while Dallas Mavericks fans will be upset about that trade for the rest of their life, no matter how many championships the team wins, they weren't the only ones who were impacted by it. Doncic certainly felt it, and the comments that Nico Harrison and the rest of the Mavericks higher-ups made after the trade likely weren't easy to hear, either. However, according to Lara Beth Seeger, Doncic's manager, the superstar has moved on. It's tough to hear that Doncic feels like this, given all he did in a Mavericks jersey, but he also has to do that for himself. Doncic can't continue to stay in the past, as it'll be much more difficult for fans to move on from it than he did. Doncic just signed a nice new contract and still gets to live in Los Angeles at the end of the day. He's moved on, Seeger said to The Athletic. Because Doncic is still as young as he is, despite having LeBron James on the roster, the Lakers could take a bit of a different approach, trying to wait to win and get more assets. However, according to Seeger, the team doesn't want to wait, and neither does Doncic. He wants to win right now, a goal he's pursued since arriving in Los Angeles. I think it was always known that, when Luka was traded here, he's here now, she said. He wants to win where he is, and it's important that he wins and that we're working together with the team so we're not waiting. His mindset has never been to hop around. His mindset is to win the championship.